another emergency call. We all dread fire, and particularly the horror of being trapped in a bedroom or high-rise apartment with the fire on one side and a terrifying drop on the other.
3 boys, aged 2, 3 and 8, died in the fire. Their mother and her 2 other children, 5 and 6,
Another 4 appliances were called by officers to the scene of the fire. Several nearby houses were evacuated as a result of structural damage to
crying for help.
Like many other people, Tony Waithe was haunted by news stories like these, but unlike most people, he decided to do something about it. Tony lived on the Chalk Hill estate in Wembley. He was talented, unemployed, and wanted to do something that would give him a sense of achievement.
I wasn't doing anything with myself. You know, I'd been to college, I'd studied engineering and science, I'd studied business, I was unemployed. There was really nothing to do, and I really wanted to be active.
There had been over 300 fires on the estate in just 1 year, and several deaths. Tony decided to invent a means of escape that would be suitable for most homes. He started by examining existing brands of ladder. The problem was that to be practical, the ladders had to be light and flexible. But this made them unstable and frightening to use, and the rungs of the ladder usually hung too closely to the wall. He studied the problem for several months, but he couldn't come up with an answer that really worked. Then one night, he woke up from a dream.
Yeah, I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning. The idea was just there in my mind. And I just had to draw a very simple sketch of it. So I was very excited because I knew I had something and I knew I could develop it. I felt that I had found an answer to a problem which not only exists on the council estate, but exists in most homes throughout the country and perhaps throughout the world.
In his dream, Tony had seen a flip-over ladder which could be clamped securely under a window ledge, then swung up and out in one simple movement to provide a secure platform from which people could safely climb down. Tony set about trying to find a company that would construct a prototype of his unique ladder. But that was to take over 2 years of making phone calls, chasing leads, and writing letters. It was a long, hard struggle with many setbacks and disappointments on the way. Tony found that as a young black man from a council estate, it wasn't easy to be taken seriously.
That might be able to do it. I'm sure there was prejudice. It really doesn't affect me. When I meet ignorance, I believe intelligence conquers ignorance. The most important part of what I'm doing is getting this device made to save life, and that's more important.
It was this attitude that got Tony through all the setbacks, and finally, he got his ladder made. The first thing he did was to demonstrate the prototype on the estate. The demonstration was so successful that it led to his first sale, the installation of a ladder at the local library.
I heard about Tony's ladder through the local newspaper, who did an article about him. So I showed it to the library manager, David Jones, and he said, yeah, fine, go with it and find out more about it, which I then did, and now we've got the ladder.
Tony's ladder didn't just receive the support of the library, it's also been praised by everyone from the Prime Minister to the British Safety Council.
The first 3 minutes of a fire determines whether you're going to live or not. So I like to have a good detection system, and then I would like to have fire extinguishers and what have you, but mainly get the hell out of it. And if you get out of a fire in 3 minutes, great. There must be circumstances where one of these devices would be good. And of the 100 or so I've seen, this is probably about the best.
Well, they say that the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and so as one who suffers from vertigo standing on a stool, I seemed like the ideal guinea pig to test out Tony's ladder. Okay, Tony, this is it. Now, what makes this unique?
The compact roller. Well, it has a wall clamp, which none of the other devices has.
So it cuts out your wobble, you're saying?
It cuts out the wobble and the fear that you might fall. Right. You see here that you have a platform, which is here to prevent people from stepping on broken glass, or just to sort of help themselves get onto the ladder. Clever.
There's a fire! Quelle surprise! Tony, do your stuff. So with my hand on my heart and smoke around my ankles, I climbed fearlessly onto the ladder.
Take yourself down.
Yeah.
Save a life.
I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
Brilliant.
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. This thing works. Actually, Tony's ladder is very easy to use. It makes you feel really secure, and there's no danger of scraping your knuckles on the wall as you grab the rungs to climb down. Another life saved. Please welcome now the man who had that great idea, Tony Waithe. I'm positive that you will now get a backer. There is one on the way straight after this programme. As soon as anybody sees that, they'll be right in there. But that's not the only thing. There is something of a happy ending, because there are positive things happening for you now, aren't there?
Absolutely. I have an international youth programme. These people are actually planning on using me as a role model to tell others that, you know, with the willpower and determination, any of us can succeed. And I truly believe this. I also truly believe that dreams can come true.
In your case, they do. And may I say, they couldn't have picked a finer role model than you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Tony Waithe.